Hello, class. This set of videos will discuss how to create user-defined functions within your C programming, C programs. As you know, C programs can become very long with many steps, and sometimes procedures are repeated. We can take those procedures and we can create a program module that can be used by the main program to call upon whenever it's needed in its main procedure. We call these modules functions. The basic design of a function is that it receives variables that are passed to it by the main program. Then it will process those variables, and then if there's any calculations or results, it will pass that result back to the main program. Then the main program will continue. A function could either do a job without returning a value, or it can do a job, return a value, and that value can be saved in a variable created by the main program. In order to create functions in C language, you must first create a function prototype. The prototype will give you the name of the function. It will give you the variables that are passed or received by it, and any variables that might be returned. The definition of the function is the actual procedure. Functions can do anything, or any commands that are used in the main program can be also used in functions. And lastly, of course, we mentioned that to use a function, you simply write the name of the function, pass any variables that are needed by the function to it, and if the function returns a value, you can have the option of saving that or a copy of that into your own variable in the main program. Here is an example of a problem that might require a function. This is the same problem that we had before, where the program was required to calculate the square root of a number entered by the user, and the results will be displayed on the console. The only difference is that the program must use a function to calculate the square root. As before, when you develop or design your program, you must determine what your inputs are, what process you expect, and what outputs. In this program, the same inputs will be entered by the user. The program will still require to do the calculations for the square root, and the results will still be displayed on the console. So in actuality, the output of the program or the results of the program observed by the user will be the same. The only difference is how the program is written. Which means we must go to the function and repeat the same process. Why? Because a function basically is just like the main program. It has inputs, it does some type of processing, and it has the option for outputs. In our program, we learn that we need to calculate the square root of a number. And now we want the function to do that. We want the function to calculate the square root of a number. Well, the function must receive that number from the main program. And when the function is finished doing its job, it must return the square root of that number back to the main program. So there is a little bit of communication going on within the program itself. In the next video, I will develop the prototype